All right, everyone, it's time for the biggest marketing mistake by any Silicon tech firm. Twitter wants to ban dehumanizing speech. Now, what this is they give a couple examples, but it's not entirely clear. This is exactly the problem with the new sort of TOS being imposed by tech sites. It's not so much, hey, we're banning X, Y, and Z, so much as, hey, depending on how you actually construe this, we're not gonna specify what you're gonna get banned for. Maybe you're breaking the rules, maybe you're not. Maybe it's selectively enforced. Who fucking knows? And on Twitter, you've definitely got selective enforcement. You've got cases where people are saying violent and depraved and insane things, and they are not only allowed on the platform, they stay verified, no matter how many people flag them. Then you've got instances where people say something that could be loosely construed as against the TOS and they get kicked off. But Twitter has decided to destroy itself completely with this, because they're asking for public input from Twitter. Why on earth would you want input from the Twitter community on, hey, we're going to take a shit on the platform. What do you think about that? Hey, we're going to barf all over the platform. We want to hear how we should do that. We want you to help us tinker with our options for kicking our own site's ass and making it worthless. That's basically what it boils down to. By the way, if a bunch of people that, like I'm following, get randomly banned off Twitter, because a lot of them tend to be edgy, I'm just going to leave the platform. I don't give a fuck at this point. Twitter, the only reason that I got a Twitter account in the first place, and I'm not the only person like this, is to notify people of YouTube uploads because YouTube's notification system stopped working properly. That is, for me, Twitter at this moment serves two purposes. It's a way for people to connect with my content, to know when I've uploaded it, or to know, pretty soon after it's been processed and uploaded, or because I want to shitpost. But I can do that on Gab, and Gab doesn't care what I say. They don't care what words I use. They don't care what statements I make. I can do that on Minds. I use both of those platforms to notify people. At this point, also about Dailymotion, BitChute, and occasionally Steemit uploads. What the fuck do I need Twitter for? Jack needs to understand he's acting as though his site is hegemonic, doesn't have a main competitor. Gab is skyrocketing right now. It's absolutely skyrocketing as a platform. They're absorbing millions of dollars of investment. They're rapidly expanding. People in nations where English is certainly not the lingua franca are joining the platform and strongly diversifying it. It is going to be very difficult for Twitter moving forward, taking this kind of step to justify why people should use it and not use Gab. It's going to be really fucking difficult. Now, I've said, of all of the main tech platforms, the weakest is Twitter. They started off, the lower population than Facebook or YouTube, certainly, or any of these others. Basically, less intrinsic site design, like video hosting. It's really expensive to host video. Other than BitChute's innovation, really there's no way to compete with YouTube. With Facebook, you've got a massive established audience there, and also Facebook can sell the same user data over and over to make ends meet. Twitter doesn't really do that. As far as it's still, largely based on those ads and shit like that. Twitter is also the only one of the main big Silicon Valley platforms that is actively in decline. That is, its user base is shrinking. Could have something to do with the fact that you banned 50 million people this last year. No, it couldn't have anything to do with that. What's happening is Twitter is becoming more and more a squeaky clean, sanitized platform for people to post cat videos and say, hey, who wants to meet up and have drinks? But you can do that on any other site too. As far as the political discourse, the news, things like that isn't heavily algorithmically manipulated, you're not using Twitter at this point for that, I hope. No, you're not going to get notified at all. People get shadow banned all the time. And we want to destroy our own platform. We're looking to the community to tell us exactly how we should do this. How should we destroy ourselves? Should we jump into a pit of acid? Should we go swimming with sharks with 10 T-bones strapped around our legs? What should we do? Says Jack Dorsey as he fumbles around and mercilessly hammers his own platform when he should be competing with other people. Let's piss off millions of people on this platform, kick InfoWars off, and then we're going to say, hey, now you can't even talk about groups of people. It doesn't matter whether you're attacking another user. If you're simply saying something bad about a group of people, we'll kick you off. Oh, really? Is Hillary Clinton going away? Because, you no longer care whether it's on Twitter or not. That's been made clear. It's literally in their TOS. Hillary Clinton called tens of millions of people based on their party affiliation deplorable. Are you going to kick her off the platform? No, she's immune to the terms of service. Okay. What about Louis Farrakhan? He attacks groups of people all the time. He's verified on your platform. Where's he going? Is he going to get InfoWarsed? I doubt it. And if he did, I wouldn't even support it. No, I support unbanning everyone that's been abused by Twitter already. Sargon's gone, Medicare's gone, Bunty King was kicked off for a month. Happens over and over and over again. It's like people complain about YouTube being draconian. No, YouTube's damn permissive compared to Twitter. Twitter's like, oh, our platform is sinking. Yeah, people are leaving the platform, partially because we keep banning everybody. Our algorithms are all sorts of screwy. Every time we're front page news, it's for something negative. You know what we should do? Let's ask the community rhetorically whether we should abuse them further. Let's ask the community. Let's ask the beautiful people on our platform. Do you want to kick off 20-30% of the fucking platform because you're special little fragile snowflakes and can't deal with political discourse? That's what this boils down to. And you know that the community largely will say, yeah, we want you to crack down on dehumanizing speech. And it'll further sanitize the platform for those people who are vapid and talentless and boring and approach the uncanny valley with their fucking middle-class existences. And then everyone who's interesting will slowly be banned off the platform, along with millions and millions of people who will no longer find anything entertaining on the platform to interact with. Go MySpace mode. Well, thank goodness if it does. It's like at this point, I have one excuse and I delete Facebook. It's basically like I use it to coordinate with a few people who are stubborn, don't want to, get rid of their accounts. And in all honesty, I do have to have an official page there. Otherwise, I know fake pages will spring up if I don't. So I just have one post there linking to like Minds and Gab and Dailymotion and stuff. I think that's wonderful. I'm thinking of doing that on Twitter, using one of those tools, scrub everything, fucking have one pinned tweet and be like, here's where you can interact with my content. Fuck Twitter. I'm thinking of doing that. I actually am. It really is that bad. We'll see what happens. If I see a bunch of the people I actually get, news tips from, interact with, kind of use Twitter as a messaging machine too at this point, because I don't generally give out my email. It's more slow and complex, and I don't want everything gobbled up there. If I have to, yeah, I'll just close down Twitter. I'll keep my handle. It'll be the official Twitter handle for my stuff. It just won't be active. It'll have a pinned tweet. It won't talk about my ideology. It'll talk about how dumb Twitter is and saying, hey, you should join me on Minds and on Gab and BitChute and all these other wonderful sites that actually give a damn about you, where there's actually community. There's interesting stuff there. There's edgy stuff. By the way, haven't we already learned over the course of the history of the internet that wherever the edgy content is, that's where people flock to, and then inevitably destroy the platform and then it moves elsewhere? It's been happening all along. Yeah, there were edgy sites before YouTube. There were edgy sites before 4chan. They did exist. Where are they now? They got supplanted. And soon, eventually those sites will get supplanted too, other than I hope 4chan. The ND6 stuff, logs of shit, really reinvigorates the platform, I think. I think it's it takes you back to the early days of B, before it was basically just another pornography page. That's what I would say. So yeah, Jack's looking for ways to destroy Twitter. It's like, hey, fill out our new user form. We want to hear from you. How do you think we should, pound our own platform into the ground? How do you think we should erase billions of dollars in value and make 10,000 people unemployed? How much can we be a laughing stock next? We will give a $1,000 prize to the person who dreams up the most fantastic way for us to fuck up our own website. That's what I think about Jack's proposal. Unfortunately, I don't think they have like the little survey up yet to weigh in. I'll just, you know what? When I fill that out, I'm just going to fucking plop the link to this video in there. And you can see exactly what I think. That's what I think of Twitter. It's a pile of bullshit. That's about all. Peace out.